Wound up pitching the rest of the way. He was excellent out of the pen.
Got it.
1-2, called. Strike three, dotted on the outside corner. So Glidewell gets his first punch out and first out of the night. A wicked fastball. Glidewell is anywhere from about 87 to Sunday night because of the weather yesterday. It was nasty weather, flooding all over Clarksville, Nashville, the surrounding cities. And so they wanted to make sure the field had enough time to dry. It's chillier out today, about 46 degrees, but the sun is shining as of right now, and it's a good... Trying to get a little bit more pine tar on the bat there. You can see it slipped out of the hand. So Glidewell, he's one pitch away from working a 1-2-3 top of the first. And again, we appreciate you joining us here on Sunday Fun Day at the Yard. Austin Peay, the only 2-0 Friday. Keaton Cottom, he got the start in Game 2. Lineup brought to you by the Flats off Madison. Scouting report online, 88 to 91 with the fastball. When it's warmer out, he can be up to about 93. He's got a 4-pitch mix, slider, curve, and a change. And whichever breaker is working better, he's trying to ambush the heater early if they can. There's the slider again. It's a wicked pitch from Line, and Line's got his first strikeout. He's got good flow. He's got a killer mustache. Of course, it's Mustache March, and he's got a really 50-50 as you can get. It looks like it maybe caught the bottom part of the zone. Really close. Nickens flies one to right. Tobias trying to make his second consecutive play, and will. So how about a 10-pitch first inning, 1-2-3 variety with a punch-out for Line. Good start for him. As hot as I was talking about earlier, not as humid. Again, it's 45 degrees out, so much cooler night, and there's not a lot of wind right now. Wind's pretty calm. About 5 miles an hour or so. It was not calm yesterday, up to about 50 miles. For the series, second and third, nobody out. So Cole Johnson, the redshirt freshman from Austin, Texas, just missed his third home run of the season. That is his fourth double back in the lineup, and it just changes everything. This team was already swinging it well. But Brody Zako, a guy who batted .319 last year with an OPS north of 1,000. He had 15 homers in 2024. He had 11 doubles and 59 runs batted in. So good to get Brody back. Number 2 right now. That was way out of here. 102 off the bat, 392 feet later. Roland Fanning fired up 4-0 Austin Peay. Just a simple swing. It's simple. And again, the ball is not carrying today. I know it's Tobias, who batted just .210 in 34 games last year with 2 homers. But he's got a pretty solid swing at the plate. Sees a changeup in their first strike. So they're trying to get him going at the dish. Lipscomp needs some offense. Stelloganis was teammates with Damian Keneally Jr. at Polk State in Winter Haven, Florida. He hit .269 last year and .273 in 2023. John Bay, who was 0 for 3 with a walk in Game 1, but went 1 for 4 with 4 RBIs and a 3-run shot in Game number 2, and that was a 3-run shot that got the scoring started for Austin Peay. After Lipscomp jumped out to a lead, and John Bay have it. Who we're all hoping is going to get his name called in the MLB draft this year. We were surprised to not hear it called last year, but he's the type of guy, he'll tell you, it's the slider, middle away, and what he does with that pitch. And boy, he was all over it there, whether he was sitting on that slider or not. It's just such a pretty first time up. and for a second consecutive year, it feels like half the roster is coming from Oklahoma in some variety, in some way, shape, or form. I know Cole Johnson's from Austin, Texas, but he redshirted at Oklahoma State last year. You see the play by Proctor here, a good one. But an injury cut his season short on March 16th last year, so he missed half of the season. But he had some really good outings. 5 innings, no runs versus Cuesta College on February 3rd. He threw 6 innings, allowed 2 runs versus Long Beach on February 10th, and then 5 innings of shutout. I assume Bauk will have the red light at the plate and see one here. And does, and it's up and in for ball 4. So the first walk issued by Glidewell, and that will lead to the first trip to the mound for Kearse, Virginia. Coppage, he's got 1 hit in the series. It was a solo shot to lead off the 5th in game 2. Coppage is a guy you could green light him if you wanted to, but again, you're down 5-0. You need Monday night baseball, game 3 of the series. Smiling with his buddies, 5-0. They're almost as good. The lineup is really good. Again, that was one of the best lineups you'll ever see at the Division I level, and that's why it was such a bummer that nobody could see that 2024 lineup in a regional the rest of the season. Slow start this year. But instead of pressing at the plate, he worked on it with John Littell, the hitting coach. And it has showed the last couple of weeks. And remember, he was batting .419 before.
Same preset, I just adjusted the exposure, and then we did a little bit of like color balancing.
Proctor. Out to right center, Tobias going to make the play. And Lynch comes in. He's fired up, coming off the mound, trying to fire up the first base dugout. 5-0 Austin Peay. They're the preseason favorites. FGCU was picked second. You see Jacksonville beat North Florida. So Jacksonville won the series, and that's the Battle of Jacksonville. That's a big-time rivalry. North Alabama, 7-6. They walked off Central Arkansas in the 10th. North Alabama won that series. They won 2 out of 3. And then EKU won. It's a tough one now. So first base umpire Michael Holman misses that one. Keneally Jr. is hit by the pitch, and that's a big call. Instead of a strikeout, it's a runner at first, nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. Speaking as a former arm, just misses upstairs. So first and second, 2 free passes after the missed call and the walk. That's a nice at-bat by Holm there. And for the second consecutive inning, the Bisons have something cooking. Glidewell a little bit of confidence. Yeah, tough day blocking the baseball for him right now in that turf. She's getting, you see the glove is up. I caught all of high school. The glove is up there, and he's going to go back and watch the film. He's got to get the glove down. Keep it down. 2-1 to Berg. Fouls one. John Bay, who's got 37 career home runs here at Austin Peay, takes low and in, ball 4. So Lynch tried. David Coppage, he struck out with second and third, one out last time up in a big spot. There's that right-on-right change that Glidewell struck out Coppage on last time. Glidewell is letting Lipscomp and that first base dugout hear about it. How about Ray Velasquez? This is the second double play that Glidewell's induced to get out of a jam. Line went 3 2/3 innings, allowed 5 runs, but Lyndon Glidewell, he's the story for Austin Peay. Of course, home run. Swung on and missed. Good luck on that slider. Even Cole Johnson, who's seeing it well, just no chance on that pitch. That's a major league slider. Every scout should be, boy, 95, straight over the top, a sharp slider, a nasty changeup. If you can build Cantola up, if he can stay healthy, I just think he has to be a starter for you on the weekend if you're Lipscomp. Ray Velasquez in the opener, an inning in a third, shutout baseball. He struck out 3 guys. Struggled against Arizona State in his next outing, then was dominant against Purdue Fort Wayne. He threw 4 2/3 shutout innings. Then Eastern Illinois, he was fine, 2 2/3, 1 run. He struck out 3 though, had the strikeout pitch work it again. But St. Thomas, he threw 2 innings at San Mateo College. Transferred in this year from Coppin State, and he's hit pretty much everywhere he's gone. And so greeting Slimp on the first fastball he sees from the right-hander and deposits it out to center. Beautiful swing from home. Brady Miller, remember, 3-0 count, second and third, 1 out. And wound up swinging on 3-0, and he decommitted from Oklahoma, came to Lipscomp. Big 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed. A high heat from Slimp and a little strut from Slimp off the bump, 2 away here in the top of the 7th. Take a look, elevated fastball, and it was up outside the zone. He played his high school ball at Science Hill High School. He was a two-way guy, shortstop and a pitcher. He batted .380 and went 8-0 on the mound his senior year. These two schools first met back in 1931. We're almost at the century mark between this long for Stetson last year as well in the regular season. Berg thought about 2, instead fires over to Keneally Jr. It's going to be a sacrifice. You can score at 2-3 on the sac bunt. Good job by Proctor. And that time he showed earlier, and I like that. If you're going to sack, 2-1 to Nickens, just misses upstairs. Gus Freeman waits on deck. Got to be picky here for 5 2/3, but nobody else. This is just the 6th arm that has thrown for Austin Peay. For Jeff Forehand's team, they've doubled up on that. In fact, I think they've thrown 13 arms in this series, 13-6. You're going to sweep some series if you're only throwing 6 arms in a weekend. Fastball is not going to break 90, but everything moves in different directions and different shapes. Cox is another guy for them this year, of course, that they didn't have last season. Cox transferred to Austin Peay. This was in lands in Nashville. It's going to be a grand slam. Oh, it's good to see him back in the lineup if you're a Bisons fan. And how about Damian Keneally Jr., his 5th home run of the year, and the Bisons have their first lead of the day. It's 6-5.
The shortstop, number 12.
Takes a fastball, called strike 3. That was dotted on the outer edge at 93. So good bounce back there from Solomon Washington.
Batting the right fielder, number 25, Jacob Peay.
And really for Washington, sure. But he's coming on, it's such a tough spot, right?
Number 5, Jake Bird.
Just a beautiful swing Brady Miller has. Ripped it down that left field line, and Nickens was kind of shaded over towards center. I think Jeff Forehand's going to like Brady Miller a little bit more after, remember, he swung at that 3. Now the slider comes. And it looks like maybe it was fouled off of the bat on the check swing by Coppage. But where was that? I think a lot of fans are thinking, well, Lipscomp says thank you very much. And by the way, he still got to piece it up. That was a nice piece of hitting there by Bauk, so give him a ton of credit. It's a great piece of hitting, for sure. Popped up, fouled.
It just went right by.
So Line's line, he went 3 2/3 innings, 5 runs, all earned, 6 hits, no walks, 1 K. Give Lynch a lot of credit too here. Right now, what do you do? Okay? I'm asking you guys at home, what are you throwing here? You have 2 outs, you can go back to that slider. I like another elevated heater here. You look at Berg's target, he's telling you what's coming. That's one thing I would caution Berg is he's setting up a little bit. Good block by Conley. Conley. Taking a strike. For Conley, by the way, it was ruled a single initially, I thought, and now it's Conley. Taking a strike. For Conley, by the way, it was ruled a single initially, I thought, and now it's